Welcome back to Let the Boys Watch, an entertainment podcast brought to you by Going Great Productions. And today we're going to be talking about the 1998 drama, epic war drama, Saving Private Ryan, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Tom Hanks, Tom Sizemore, Ed Burns, The God, Barry Pepper, Adam Goldberg, Vinny Diesel, Giovanni Ribisi, and our favorite guy, Matt Damon. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Robbie. Alongside me, cousin Benny. How are we?
I'm good. I'm upset you forgot Ted Danson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ted Danson, Paul
Paul
Giamatti,
Giamatti,
Bryan
Dennis
Cranston,
Farina.
little Bryan Cranston.
Yep.
Cuz Ben, I wonder if you could help me.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a private James Francis Ryan. Any luck?
My brothers are dead.
Hey, all three
Jimmy
of them died.
Ryan?
Sorry.
No, from Iowa.
I'm
My
from
brothers are in
Minnesota.
grammar school. Alongside us as well is one of our co-hosts, Ryan. Ryan, how are you?
Doing all right. How are you?
Good. I got a question for you.
Please.
After watching this movie, are you still upset that Germany lost the World War?
No, I'm not. Fuck them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're a big Germany guy, they were saying in the papers.
I don't think anyone said that ever. So yeah, thanks, Robbie. And like you said, this is Let the Boys Watch, and we are talking about Saving Private Ryan. I think a lot of people's favorite film, and maybe definitely favorite war film. And I believe Benny has never seen it before. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I love it. So I'm looking forward to your analysis. And Robbie, how long has it been since you've watched Saving Private Ryan?
I want to say maybe in between 5 to 10 years. I haven't really sat down and watched, you get a couple of on TNT during the holidays and those kind of channels, but I haven't really ran through it in a long time.
Yeah, I'd say probably same, somewhere in that range, maybe like 5, 7 years, something like that. Um, so it was good to watch. I enjoyed it. We'll see what Benny thought. And yeah, so before we get into all that fun stuff, please send us an email. We have the highest number of emails we've ever received in, I think, 14.
Wow.
So
Yeah, about that.
buckle up because we got a lot of emails to read. But you can find us at ltbwpodcast@gmail.com. Please send us emails. You definitely have plenty of time after the vote to send us an email and let us know like what you thought of the movie that won. Or send us an email about last week, or send us an email about, I don't know, a movie you'd like us to watch because of whatever your reasoning is. I'm more than sure that Benny hasn't seen it, and maybe Robbie. So
You got a good shot that one of us hasn't seen it.
for sure. Also make sure to follow us on Let the Boys Watch Pod on Instagram. It's where all our cool memes are. I don't know. Do we make memes? I don't even know.
When the situation calls for it, we'll meme.
All right. Situational memeing.
Yeah.
So Benny,
Yes.
what did you think? Well, do you want to get into it, or do you want to? I heard you saw a new movie this week. Would you like to talk about that, or?
I did, yeah. Maybe take 2-3 minutes of your
Yeah,
time
please.
to
Because I'm interested.
yeah, very World War II heavy week for me. I went and saw Oppenheimer. I saw it in the 70 millimeter IMAX because I'm better than you and I
Whoa,
see it how it was intended to be seen by the director.
Jesus.
But no, it was honestly, I'll do a quick plum score for you guys. I give it 10 plums out of 10. It was
Wow.
fantastic. It was honestly maybe one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't know if it's just because of the grandiosity of it with the IMAX, but it was just incredible. Definitely my favorite Nolan movie.
Wow. Really?
Cillian Murphy, incredible. Robert Downey Jr., incredible. So many people in this movie that just like, I think Gary Oldman was in it for like, he had like one line and that was it. I thought they were going to go the whole movie with Rami Malek not saying anything, but he ends up talking at some point. But
Shut up.
it
We
was,
haven't seen it.
oh, do you want me to tell you the whole plot?
No, please don't.
No, yeah, if you could see it in IMAX, it was great. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I was thinking about it for like 3 or 4 days after. I can't recommend it enough. Like I hate going to the movies, but I would like consider going back to the theater to watch it again because it's just meant to be seen like that. It was just so good.
Nice. Did you also see Barbie?
No, I mean 3 hours straight in a movie theater was enough. But honestly, it didn't really feel like 3 hours at all. You know, we talk about that. You check the phone, check the watch portion of watching a movie, but I never felt that way at all. And I don't think anybody in the theater, like everybody just was like locked in the whole entire time. And, you know, it felt a little bit long at the end, but it definitely didn't feel like 3 hours. It had you locked in the whole entire time.
Awesome. What did the Queen think?
10. We got two 10. We got 2 10s. She loved
well,
it.
Wow.
You are both 10s. We know that.
So there was 4 10s that
That's
night.
true.
No, yeah, we both loved it. We saw it on her birthday, so it was a nice little birthday treat. Yeah, we loved it.
Nice.
Happy
You guys
birthday,
planning on
and,
seeing it?
Oh,
right back.
definitely. Don't leave us, please.
Now my iron's fucking plugged in again.
Well, you keep leaving that shit plugged in.
I keep on forgetting.
Oh my god. The Iron Throne crumbling.
Oh my god, my business model's out the window. I can still hear you though. So
Okay. Interesting fact, Benny, while Robbie turns his iron off. Both movies, Saving Private Ryan and Oppenheimer, had an 8.6 on IMDb.
Really?
I'm assuming the Oppenheimer score will probably change a bit. It usually gets I don't know if I'd say a bump or it lowers once it gets released like home media. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, 8.6 for both of these films.
I was surprised that Saving Private Ryan got an 8.6.
Really?
I thought that was a little low. I mean, considering like how, I don't want to say groundbreaking it was, but you know, it was just intense and epic, and you know, there wasn't any part of the movie that I felt was bad. So
I always try to remember that IMDb is filled with nerds and trolls, and like there's people that are just scoring at 0 just to be jerks. So like, the top movie of all time on IMDb is Shawshank Redemption, and that's a 9.3. So even I scored it higher than that with a 9.4. But I know what you're saying. Like sometimes the scores, I'm like, what is this? Or like they're abnormally low because like, God forbid, there's the main character is a woman or some stupid bullshit like, stupid trolls. But anyway, how's the iron, Robbie?
it's off.
All right, good.
Steaming.
Steven.
Willie beaming.
Great film. So should we do a couple emails and then get into our fucking movie?
Yeah, let's read these emails.
All right. So I have it up. Do you guys want me to do it? Or would any of you like to do it?
I'm okay with not doing. I just spoke about Oppenheimer. So
No, I'm abstaining.
I'm abstaining. All right. So I would say that we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 emails, all requesting that we watch the movies Terminators 1 and 2. I believe these people, or puppets, you might want to say, have sent all these emails based on some influence by a certain fan of ours. So Jessica, Mark, Joseph, Luke, Lauren, Brendan, Cancel. I think is that Cancel? All right. Anyway, Carmine, Caitlin, Phil, Lindsay, Kathleen, and Jessica. You don't go fuck yourselves. Don't tell us what to do. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for caring enough to take 30 seconds out of your day and email us. We told your puppet master that we will be doing it soon, maybe for her birthday if she doesn't piss us off any further. Robbie may not want to do it at all. He is abstaining.
No, I'm not that. I'm not that week.
not doing it.
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone that week. Yeah, we're done. I'm not watching fucking Terminator 1 and 2. I don't know what the obsession is.
Have you seen either of them?
I have. I love Terminator 2, but recently I just started to hate Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. I don't know why,
I don't know why.
but I can't stand those two fucking movies.
Oh my god.
But if you took the time to email us, to give us a follow, and then we'll review your movie. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Chill out, dickwads. All right. So it's been like fucking 15 minutes. Let's talk about Saving Private Ryan. Benny, need to know, what were your preconceived notions, your thoughts prior to going into this movie, as you have never seen it before? What did you think about it?
This is another movie like last week that I had high expectations for. Obviously, I don't think I've ever heard anybody badmouth this movie. I knew the plot. I knew that Private Ryan's brothers died, and he was gonna come home. I didn't know too much about the plot. I didn't even know who Private Ryan was. Until we got about halfway through the movie, I kind of figured out it was going to be our main man. But yeah, it was a movie I was excited to watch. It blew my eardrums out a few times. I was expecting that as well, but yeah, no, I was excited to watch this one.
Nice. Robbie, do you remember, did you see this movie in the theaters when it came out?
I didn't. Benny, how many brothers?
3.
Oh, I was hoping you would give me
Oh, this is 3.
3. I don't remember seeing it in the theater. I don't believe I did. I think I probably just got it off of a DVD, Blu-ray, whatever it was back in the day on my dad's big screen and just watched it there. Obviously, I've always been a history buff. I think the Revolutionary War and World War II are my probably top 2 wars that I love to read about or talk about. So I was so excited for that. Plus, you had Tom Hanks in it, who I love, and Steven Spielberg, who directed some of my favorite movies. So I was all in, especially dealing with a topic like World War II. So I was extremely excited to see this movie when it came out, and yeah, I loved every bit of it.
Nice. Yeah, I remember, the one thing I remember, because I don't think I saw it in theaters either, was the media was going off about how veterans were flipping out based on how real, especially the storming the beaches of Normandy of D-Day was. I remember that happening. But
I saw too, a little fun fact, that Spielberg told the movie theaters 2 things. He said, not 3, 2. He told them, don't let anybody in after the movie starts. He told them not to do that. And then the other one was crank the volume up, pretty much as loud as you can, as loud as you can, because he wanted all those sound effects to really hit home. So those are 2 little cool things I read.
Yeah, I definitely listened to watch this with my AirPods, and I'm glad I did, because it was just better than the low volume I would have had to watch it on.
Yeah.
All right. So, Robbie, you want to kick us off with some overall impressions?
Yeah, I mean, what can you really say? That first 20 minutes is probably the greatest opening 20 minutes of a movie that you'll ever see in your life. I know for me, it's the greatest opening sequence of a movie that I ever watched, and it will probably never change. I thought it was that first 20 minutes of this movie has you just like you're there. I mean, the way that was shot was amazing. I don't think anything like that was done at the time, especially little sequences where people were getting shot and the blood was splattering onto the screen. So you would see it, as you're watching it, and you're I want to say your vision was kind of disoriented by the action that was going on in a movie. So by seeing that, I mean, that was amazing. I love the underwater shots where the sound would kick out. You wouldn't hear anything. You'd just be underwater, feeling like you were, underwater with these soldiers. And just the constant fucking mayhem, people getting shot, people, picking up their arm, people getting dragged across the beach 1 minute, and then the next minute there's a bomb going off, and then he's just dragging the torso of the same soldier. So, I mean, the action sequences in the beginning of this movie were just phenomenal. I thought I haven't seen it so long. I was like, it's probably going to be a little not cheesy, but with the way technology has advanced, in 20 plus years, it just felt like this movie came out yesterday. It was amazing. I mean, I can't say enough about the intensity of that first 20 minutes. I can't believe how Spielberg shot that, and it was just amazing. As far as the other movie, I loved it. I do think that it was too long. I think there were some parts that definitely dragged on a little bit that I forgot while watching it. So I think that could have been some parts could have been cut and trimmed a little bit. But the acting was amazing. I mean, fucking Hanks is just top notch. Barry Pepper. I mean, what the fuck else can I say about Barry Pepper? He lights up my life. Vin Diesel was good. Giovanni Ribisi was fantastic. It's just a gripping movie that I love. Everything about the movie. I mean, the way they shot the battle scenes. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was great. The ending was perfect. That last battle was great. And Hanks, Spielberg's. I mean, take all my fucking money in my bank account. Whatever I got from my house, please wipe me out. I just loved it.
I mean, I totally
Look,
agree.
like, give a plum?
What? You could do a plum if you want.
No, no, because I don't want Benny. I want to hear Benny's plum first.
Yeah, me too.
So sorry, Ryan. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I totally agree with what you said. The opening sequence is, yeah, maybe the best opening sequence of any movie. I found it as well to drag on a little bit at certain parts. I remember, Robbie, I texted you during the week and I was like, I don't know, man, this might be my first 10. And like, I didn't want to text Benny that to like raise his expectations. But after watching it, spoiler alert, it's not a 10 for me. But it is a very, very good movie. I really like it a lot. And even the parts that drag on, like, I was like watching it and I'm like, this is like, they could cut some of this or whatever, but it's still, I don't know, like, enrich the characters. And like, probably that's a lot of like how this either war, I've never been in the military and war, but like how war is, where it's like, a lot, some nothing, and then there's a little skirmish, we got to deal with this, or like, should we do this, here's a prisoner, like, blah blah blah. So like, it really rounded out all the characters and made you like care about some of them and maybe dislike some of them. But as a movie, like, I kind of feel like some of it could have got cut. So that's why it ended up not being a 10 for me. But yeah, again, opening sequence, incredible. And some of the other scenes were incredible too. Benny, any overall impressions from you?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was great. It was I definitely see what you guys are saying, where it was a little long in some places. I think it benefited me that it was my first time seeing it. Like, yeah, I probably could have cut some stuff, but I never really felt like, all right, let's go, let's keep it moving here, because it was my first time watching it.
Right.
There's so many little details in the film, like Robbie, you were mentioning on the beach in Normandy when he's dragging just the torso, but like, I think it was right before that when some guy gets shot like right in his canteen, like at the hip, and then like you see the water come out and then it just turns red, and it's blood coming out of the canteen. I loved all those little details. I loved, just how, like you said, how real it felt. There were so many people in this movie that, like, where the fuck have they been? Giovanni Ribisi, like, so good. Where have you been? Adam
I know.
Goldberg, like, you know, I remember loving Adam Goldberg in Friends, and like I feel like I haven't seen enough of him. I know he does a little directing now, but you know, Dennis Farina, for some reason, as a kid,
Love
I
him.
liked him. I don't know why. You know,
He's
Ted
amazing.
Danson, yeah. Just so all these guys, man, it was just such a crazy cast. You know, even a young Vin Diesel, probably the best movie he's been in. Um, like I said, the attention to detail was just awesome for me, and the two battle scenes to start and end the movie, just so fucking hectic. And you by the end of the movie, you know, pretty much everybody's going to get clipped, but it's still hard because you spent so much time with these characters over the course of the movie. You're like, I wish he would have made it. I wish he would have made it.
Yeah.
And even like the little details where everybody that took Vin Diesel's letter ended up getting killed until the end.
Yeah.
So, you know, Tom Hanks, like you guys said, just crushed it the whole entire movie. The reveal of him being an English teacher to me was like, wow. But that's who these guys were. You know, they were just like picked out of society and dropped in, and, you know, won the war and were these incredible war heroes. So it just felt so real. And I love the fact that it I felt like it was shot in black and white and it was colorized, like just the way the color always came in and out, and sometimes it would go like black and there's a lot to this movie, man. I really could talk for a while on it. But it's just those details for me that I loved.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the like you were saying about the canteen, but when that soldier gets shot in his
Yeah.
helmet, takes his helmet off, looks at it, and
Yeah.
then gets shot in the head. It's just like
Yeah.
things like that. But like you were saying, it's like that's what I love about these war movies. I mean, because it's just these like ragtag dudes from like different parts of the country, from different states that have all these different various backgrounds, and they just come together, and you don't even know which person is going to be able to fight or which person is going to, you know, cower and be nervous and not want to fight. You don't know what you're going to get at anybody once those doors open of the boat or even once they touch land. I
And you don't
mean,
even know what you're going to get out of yourself until
yeah.
you're in that position. So like I just, out of all the jobs you could have picked for Tom Hanks's, you know, Captain Miller's uh character, English teacher was like probably would have been the last thing I ever picked.
And then like a baseball coach bringing it back to a league of their own.
Yeah.
That's right. What a film.
Fantastic. But I mean, that's the thing. I could talk about that, but like we all have veterans on our family. You know,
Yeah.
my my dad's dad fought over there in Europe. You know, me and Benny's grandpa didn't make it. He got injured, you know, while in training. But it's all nostalgia. Like obviously, me and Benny also had uncles that fought in the Vietnam War and one that didn't make it home. So we understand like how difficult it is for families and what it's like, not what personally what it's like to fight over there, but we understand the, you know, the severity of what war is like. And so does everybody, but I'm just saying on a personal level.
Yeah, I was thinking about it when I was watching it. Like when things like that happen, World War One, World War Two, you know, Vietnam, like there must have been towns that were just absolutely decimated with like from with males. Like there was just like no males in that town between the ages of 18 and like 35. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. Um, you know, I'm just thinking more of like, you know, like that's prime working years, especially in rural areas. Like farms must have been hurting for people to be working the fields and manufacturing and like whatever. It's crazy. I mean, I know, you know, what was great about World War II is, you know, so many women joined the workforce and like, you know, did all the things that men traditionally was doing. But it seems so weird to me. Like imagine like I don't know, a social event and it was just like 75% women and then the
Yeah.
rest were like old dudes and children or something. Like, I don't know. That just seems wild to me.
To take it in another direction too, like you know, people can say what they want to say about like drone warfare and stuff like that, and the way wars are fought now, but like these dudes' job was like, all right, 1,000 of you go absorb bullets for fucking an hour and a half, and
Right?
and then we're gonna come in behind you. Hopefully, you take enough guys out where we can advance further. It's just it's hard to watch, like even though a lot of the times I could separate myself from a movie and be like, all right, it's a movie. These people aren't real. This stuff's not really happening, but it just makes you, because this is so true to life, and that attack on Normandy happened, like it makes you think about like all these guys that just didn't even get off the boat, and
Yeah.
like that was their job. And it's so crazy to think about. The first thing I thought about when I finally took a piss after watching the movie was like, how long would I have survived? It would have been like 15 minutes, like, and I'm not even talking about 15 minutes on Normandy. Like I would have touched down in Europe wherever our station was, and like that would have been it for me. I would either have killed myself or like stepped on a mine or something, or just cried myself to like complete dehydration.
No, it's fucking wild. And just to I'm sorry to go back to, I was looking for this before, you talking about the color. Steven Spielberg intentionally reduced the color saturation by 60%. And they mention it because like a lot of the cable companies and satellite companies like upped it because people were bitching about the color saturation, and what they thought their TV was broken or something.
Yeah.
Wild.
The other thing I saw too was this was the last movie that was ever edited on film to win an Academy Award. Like
Crazy.
after this, all the movies that
It's
won
all
Academy
digital.
Awards, were edited digitally.
I mean, think about that. Like, I mean, I think we've all edited a video or something. Think about having to actually physically edit the film. That's wild.
Cut and splice, like,
Whew.
and what happens if you make a
That's
mistake?
insane.
Like,
I know, right? That has to have happened. Like you
yeah,
cut like too much or something, and you're just like, fuck, it's fuck.
yeah, we got to reshoot the whole thing.
You just insert
Yeah.
yeah, or insert somebody's penis in there,
Call
like
back.
Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
Yeah, right. So I think we're all clamoring to find out what Benny's plum rating is. So Benny, would you go first and treat us to what your vote is, or do you want us to go first?
I'll go first since Robbie mentioned it. I'll behoove him and say that I gave a
Thank you.
movie a 10. I gave one movie a 10. This is gonna be my first 0. I hated it. Never want to see it again. No, again, second week in a row where I had trouble rating a movie, and I think it's because I saw that 8.6 today on IMDb, and it like threw me off. The thing I asked me when the movie ended was, what was a better movie, this or Shawshank? And I said Shawshank, and she said, shitty take. That was a bad take from you. And I said, I stuck to it. I really did like Shawshank more, not by much though. So that's why my score is very similar. I gave it 9.5. I thought it was fantastic. I thought the only war movie I might give a better score, and not because it's like completely historically accurate, is Inglourious Basterds, just because I love that movie so much. But yeah, 9.5 felt right to me. I don't, maybe if it was a little shorter, it would have got a 10. There were just some characters that I didn't like. We'll get into it. But yeah, 9.5.
Robbie, you want to go? You want me to go?
Oh, I can go.
Please.
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, discussing the movie, I love the action sequences, love the way it was directed, love the way it was acted. Writing was good. Was good. It wasn't, great, but it doesn't really matter. I think the way it was directed and the acting really carried this movie for me. Ryan, I was thinking I'm like, there's no way Ryan can give this a 10. Like I was like when I was watching it, I was like because there's like we said, there's so many parts where I was like, all right, I mean, yeah, I get it. There's some parts that could have been, trimmed. Like I said, I couldn't give it a 10. I love this movie. Like Benny said, I definitely would give rate Inglourious Basterds higher, and I do think that Shawshank is the better movie. I think Shawshank is fantastic. As I choke to death, um,
I is putting an
on my
X on you for the best.
yeah, on my terrible
Oh my
takes.
god.
Oh my God. So I am not going to change my score after what Benny said because I also gave it a 9.5. I
Nice.
love this movie. Love the way it's acted. I love Tom Hanks. He can do no wrong in my eyes except for the last 20 movies he made. But as far as war movies go, and as much as the history buff I am, this is as perfect as it gets. My only hesitation and reservation would be to cut it by like a half an hour.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I agree with you guys. Like I said, going in, like thinking about it, because I hadn't seen it in a while, I was like, oh man, that's such a good film. Like that might be a 10. But it's not. And I mean, I hate to do this as well, but I also compared it to Shawshank, and I was like, is it better than Shawshank? No. And when I say better, I mean for me, and like rewatchability is a big factor in how I score things. Like I'll watch Shawshank and like Pulp Fiction and like all these movies that I've given really high scores, like every week. They're that good. But this film, like I wouldn't want to watch it more than, I don't know, a handful of times in a few years. Like maybe like once or twice a year is enough. But it is a superb movie. So I have to still give it a 9.2. It's really, really good, but I don't want to watch it all the time. So it's not it's not a Pulp Fiction. It's not a Shawshank for me. Um, and the other day, I think I decided on maybe what my only 10 is, and I don't think I'm going to
Ooh.
tell you guys just yet, but eventually it'll come out. I
All
think I
right.
only have one movie that's actually a 10, and it's not because it's maybe the best movie ever, but for me it is.
Geely.
Yes, Julie.
Shaving
Uh,
Ryan's Privates.
That's the one. Fuck. I thought I was going to keep some people in suspense. Um,
But I
I
agree
mean
with you.
that
Like,
movie's near and dear to my heart
oh,
specifically.
please, it's got more bush than fucking an oak tree. But other than that, um,
This is, I think, the
I,
closest we've all been on scores.
Maybe.
yeah. But like Ryan, like I said, like I agree with you in that take. Like, I probably won't watch this movie again for another decade. Uh,
Right.
I was like, okay. I mean, I love this movie, but I'm like, I can't sit through this again. Some of these scenes are really dragging on, and so, but like Departed and Shawshank and Inglourious Bastards and Pulp Fiction, those I can watch over and over again and never be bored with. So like,
Right.
yeah, I'm not some Siskel and Ebert, like I said, but I have to be able to, you know, turn these movies on and get excited about it for me
Yeah.
to like. But 9.5 is a great score and a testament to the actual movie.
Yeah. No, I mean it definitely deserves a high score. It's an amazing film, but the rewatchability is a little low on it, and that hurts it. For me and for I think for all of us. But
I
yeah.
think. Sorry,
No, go
I
ahead.
think it's not necessarily the like that it dragged for me. It's like it's just so heavy, and it's so
That's
you
part of
know
it too.
yeah, and it feels like it's your if you care about our history and if you care about that kind of stuff, it's like a movie you need to watch because it tells a lot of hard truths and it's I don't want to say a task to watch it, but when you're done, you're left with like a lot of feelings
Yeah.
from that whole war and all that kind of stuff. So it's not a movie you're going to reach to replay because it doesn't leave you in like a good headspace at all really. But
Yeah.
it's just such a good movie it's the story's good, the acting's great, like you said, the directing's great, and it tells an important story that's why it gets such a high score for me and probably one of the best war movies of all time.
Yeah, agree. Did any of you cry during this watch or any watches at all? I don't know if you guys are big criers. I feel like Robbie, you've said you're a little bit of a crier. Benny, are you?
I'm not. I wish I was.
Oh, okay.
I
I
had a
am.
whole, yeah, I had a whole childhood of holding back tears, so I think kind of like stunted my development in that area. I'll definitely get misted up,
Yeah.
and at weird times too. Like I don't know where it's coming from in a certain situation. Like anytime I see someone like making good on themselves, like that'll
No,
get me a little.
that's a good one. Like when Rudy gets accepted to Notre Dame,
Oh my
fucking
God,
kills
the
me
fuck
every
it
time.
is.
Yeah, yeah. And it's stuff like that too. It's not even like the climax of the movie. It's like just like the first good thing happens for
Yeah.
someone. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
But
But that
it goes away quick.
Oh,
during
Ben, I thought
this,
you.
go ahead, Robbie.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry, Ben. I thought you was told me you cried when that guy was looking for his arm. That was one of your favorite scenes.
I was crying when I saw Bryan Cranston with no arm. That got me
That's
because that's my
upsetting.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my
that is the
guy.
guy.
No, actually, I cried a bit when at the end when he was like, tell me I've led a good life. Tell me I'm a good man. Like that,
Oh my
like
Yeah.
it's
God,
it's getting
please.
me right now. Like to just because everyone wants to, especially what he went through. I mean, all those people that sacrificed their lives to get him out. Again, I know it's a movie, but like that idea, and that's probably happened in wartime. Like you want to be, validated that like it was worth it because of what Tom Hanks said, like earn this, earn,
Yeah.
earn what we've done. And like that got me. And I was just like, then I was like, after the movie, I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I got to live a good life.
Let me
Yeah,
just go
but you
crush
always,
these chips real quick.
yeah, you always get like that after a movie or something, a good
Yeah.
movie. And like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do good tomorrow. And you wake
Yeah.
up, you're like,
Fuck
maybe
it.
the next day.
Tomorrow. The closest I got, I think, was Giovanni Ribisi's death. Just
Yeah, that
because
was
That was
upsetting.
tough.
of the story he told in the church, and then calling out for his mom at the end, and just with the story where like there were times his mother would come home and he would pretend he's asleep, and like I'm sure that was going through his head at the end of like the times that he could have talked
Talk
to
to
her,
her.
and,
Yeah.
and he and he but you're a kid, but obviously at the end of your life like that, that's how you're thinking. But that was a rough one.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
as I said on the Going Great podcast, that I am a crier. I've cried watching horses win the Triple Crown. So,
Shout out Secretariat.
yeah, shout out American Pharaoh. How are you? Um, but yeah, like, fucking Vin Diesel, man, give us to my give us note to
Yeah.
my
That was
dad.
upset. Yeah.
Uh, Tom Hanks just shooting at the tank, while he's dying. The earnestness, at the end, tell me I'm a good man, saluting the the um,
The headstone.
the headstone. It's just tough, man. Those scenes are tough because like you just think like because it's obviously everything's real life, but this was real, and these were real people. These were young kids that went off to fight a war that was justified. There is some wars that are not justified, obviously, and war is fucking terrible and it's inhumane and it's disgusting. But these kids, man, they put their life on the line for the good of the country, and it's just sad, and it's sad that these guys survived fucking D-Day, and obviously you're not some fate where just because you survived D-Day now you're going to survive the war, but it's like you think that all right, they all survived this horrific fucking invasion and they're going to live happily ever after, but like we said last week, that's not what life is really about.
Agree. So yeah, good talk. Should we? I feel like stupid transitioning here, but should we move on?
Yeah, we got it at some point. I'm sure we'll, a lot of this
Yeah.
stuff will come back up.
So, would you guys prefer to start with favorite characters or least favorite characters?
Least.
All right. So, I feel like maybe both of you have the same. So, I don't know who I should let go first.
I
But maybe you
thought
don't.
I thought we didn't, and then Robbie said who he shouted out the person that I thought was going to be his least favorite. Now I'm not too sure. Now I think we're both the same.
All right.
Oh my God,
You want to?
who?
Do you want to go first?
Robbie, yeah,
Me?
Robbie, you go first.
Okay. I was going back and forth with this person. I felt bad for him and I hated him. And then I felt bad for him and then I hated him. And then I watched his movie again and I absolutely hate this guy. It's fucking Corporal Pencil Man, Corporal Upham. I can't fucking stand him.
Upham.
Upham, whatever his name is. That's not your guy?
What? No, not even close.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, my guy's Corporal Upham. I went back and forth. I don't know why I picked him, but I just think there was a lot of times in this movie where he was the cause of a lot of people's deaths. And I understand that he was just an interpreter and he wasn't there. You know, he wasn't some heroic fighter or he didn't have the guts in him to do that. But I mean, talking Tom Hanks and Captain Miller out of, kind of letting that German soldier go and in the end ultimately killing Tom Hanks, that pissed me off. Him tiptoeing through the tulips to get up the steps to save Adam Goldberg's character really chapped my ass. I mean, some of these things, even back then, watching this, he irked me and pissed me off. And I understand, like I said, I understand who he was as a character, and I know Steven Spielberg basically had this character written like that because you wanted to hate him, and I feel bad, but there was just too many things in this movie that basically, his direct involvement led to, two people dying, and I just need somebody. I need an interpreter who's tough, rough, and ready to rumble. And this guy wasn't. I mean, listen, I would have never gone. I would have went to Canada and fled the country. But for my least favorite character, it's got to be him.
Wow. I'm shocked. I really am.
I don't know who you thought I was gonna pick now. I
I'll
want
tell
to
you.
know
I'll
after you're
tell
done.
you. I'll tell you when we're done with least favorite character.
I thought you
My
were going
least.
with Upton.
No, Ryan. You want to go first? You want me to go?
You can go, sure.
My least favorite character. He was in it for such a short time. I feel bad picking him but from the moment he was done saying his most important line, I was like, "Fuck this guy. This is the best take we got." And it was Nathan Fillion as Minnesota Ryan. Dude,
What?
there wasn't a better take than your brothers are dead. My brothers are dead. Like, I get the whole reason behind it. And like, he's in his mind, it's the little kids. But Stevie, can we get a second take, please? Can we get a better reaction than him just saying back what the guy said to him? I don't know why. It like took me out of it in the moment. I was like, it just felt like such bad acting. And you know what I think it was too? He like I'm stupid for thinking that he was Private Ryan, like the actual Private Ryan. So I'm like, this is the guy they got to be saved. So maybe that played a role in it too. But for the amount of time he was on screen and the amount he pissed me off in it, he has to be my least favorite character.
That's kind of.
Well, I don't
I
want
feel
to.
like that's shocking.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything. I'm not. But you also thought that that Matt Damon turning into the old man Jeff was Benjamin Button.
We'll get to that later.
um, if you would have asked me as a younger man, I definitely would have said Upham was my least favorite character. But now that I'm older and I feel like I can sympathize a little bit and I know myself a little more because, like, I'm 18. I'm like, oh, fuck that. I would have been fighting and, you know, killing those Germans and this and that. Like, no, I would have been probably scared too. So I get it. And there was probably, tons of guys that had similar reactions. When you're drafted, you don't want to be there. But It is not Upham. It is actually Steamboat Willie.
Mm.
Betty Boop, what a dish. And that part was like funny and entertaining, you know, and he's just doing anything he knows from America. But the fact that he manipulated Upham and Upham then convinced Tom Hanks, which I mean, I get it. Like they're in war. He probably was the one that killed what's his name?
Giovanni Ribisi.
Giovanni Ribisi, but like the character name I was trying to think of, but I couldn't.
The medic
They,
Wade.
yes. They probably shouldn't have killed him. Just, you know, I don't know. Whatever, the rules. But then he ends up just exactly what I think Sizemore said is, or someone said, maybe Ed Burns, like, who's to say he's not going to fall in with another unit, which is exactly what he did. And he fucking shot Tom Hanks. So fuck him, Steamboat Willie, you fuck.
He definitely is an asshole. So fuck him. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
But a good rendition of the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see? Oh, say, can you?
So nice voice. Give him that.
Robbie, I thought you were gonna pick Vin Diesel.
Really? No, I love Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I thought I don't know, you never seemed like a Vin Diesel guy to me. I thought you were gonna rake him over the coals.
Oh no. I'm a Diesel guy in this movie. Other than that, you know, you never had your car, Vin Diesel. I'm not really Fast and Furious, but yeah, no, I liked Vin Diesel in this movie for some reason.
Yeah, I thought this was like his best movie.
I think it's his best part of all time. Yeah, in and out.
Yep. It's my dad, man. No, it's good. But yeah, idiot. I go Steamboat Willie, that fuck, killing Tom Hanks. And when I first saw this movie, I thought Steamboat Willie was the guy who doesn't kill Upham on his way down after killing Adam Goldberg.
Yeah.
But it's not. That guy just didn't kill Upham, I guess, because he felt bad for him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he saw him crying like a little bitch.
Maybe if he brought that ammunition up, would have been a big help. They had a fucking machine gun up there. Anyway, so least favorite. Let's do favorite characters. And
if anybody takes this guy, I'm driving to one of your houses and we're fucking fighting.
Well, we both have plenty of time to set booby traps.
I take it as a challenge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of characters to pick for me. I love a number of them, and I'll talk about them in my Ani Mentions. But I have to go Captain Miller. I have to go Tom Hanks. Just the fucking best. I love his character. I love the little, you know, with the handshake, that little, you know, added piece to his character. The fact that he was a teacher, of course, I love that. Just amazing. But it was tough to pick because I love a lot of these characters, and I'm sure you're both picking some of them, and I'll basically name everyone else in the Ani Mentions.
Can I tell you something? I was trying to do basically the entire movie last night when I was watching. I was trying to do the handshake, and I was like, how the fuck he does it so goddamn good? I mean, I couldn't even do it. I was trying to act like that, and I was like, damn, Tom Hanks, everything you do.
Everything he does.
Practice makes perfect, babe.
I know. Fuck.
My favorite character.
Steal it.
No, I'm not going to steal it. I don't know why, but I just always have a soft spot for this guy. It was Giovanni Ribisi as... Really?
I knew it.
You know my address, right?
Yeah, what is it?
Okay, I'll text it to you.
1, 2, 3, go fuck yourself, Avenue.
Sorry, babe. I was leaving Barry Pepper for you. That's what I thought. I thought you were teed up for Barry Pepper.
I fucking knew it was gonna be him. I knew it.
I was Pep, man, but then I watched last night. I said, man, Ribisi, fucking pulling out my heart.
Yeah, he was so good. Like I said, you know, just every time he was on screen, I loved the scenes, the story about the mom, like I mentioned earlier, the death scene, everything in between. Um, he was just, a star for me. And I wish he was in more stuff now. I mean, I'm sure there's like a bunch of movies that he's come out with that just aren't like major blockbusters and stuff like that. But I wish he was around more. I loved his character. I loved his performance. And I wish he would have fucking made it through, man. I was bummed when he went, but it was like so the right choice to like start the fire of the fight that comes after between everybody in the group. So just an impactful death and just a great character.
He has been filming the Avatar movies, so maybe that's why he hasn't been in a lot of stuff, because that's like a multi-year commitment.
He's in it, or is he's like
Yeah.
part of the crew? Okay.
No, he's in it. He's pretty much been in something for, I don't know, almost every year he's in something. He was also in did you ever see Boiler Room?
Yeah, that was a good
No,
movie.
Great movie. You never saw that, Robbie?
no, that's with him and Vin Diesel, right?
Yeah, Vin Diesel's in a small part in that too. What a
No, I
film
gotta
that
see that.
was. Yeah. But yeah, he's in all the avatars. I also I could be wrong, but I think he is a Scientologist.
Oh,
Oh.
I
well,
think.
good thing I didn't pick him.
Hold on. But he's related to what's his name? Hold on.
Benito Mussolini.
Emerald. Marissa Ribisi.
Yes, well that's his
Yes.
sister.
Yeah.
No,
John J. Scallions.
hold on. Whatever, I'm wasting time here. I'll find it. From one Robbie, do your favorite character and I'll hold on, I'll find it.
All right, my favorite character is none other than Steamboat Willie.
Is it really?
No. Oh, say, can you see? Oh, say, can you see? Again, 15 weeks running, Benny has stolen my favorite character. Uh, but yes, we are blood related and think alike. I was going back and forth really. Um, I don't. This is tough. I do love Barry Pepper. I really fucking love Barry Pepper in this role, and he's everybody's Ani Mensch. But I'm gonna have to go with Sergeant Horvat. I really do love Tom Sizemore in this role. Sergeant
Yes.
Horvat is the quintessential uh army guy. He is just no nonsense. I don't give a fuck. I'm here to do the mission. Even if I don't want to do the mission, I'm here. He's like one of those guys that just I don't know. I'm just making this up, but he seems like a guy that just doesn't let the war affect him. He's just there. He's this sick son of a bitch. Um, Tom, Captain Miller's right hand man. I love the scene between him and Ed Burns when they're getting ready to fucking shoot each other. I love the scene where he gets shot in the fucking leg, and then he's like limping back, and then he sees the German soldier, and they start firing at each other, but it's like blanks, and they throw their helmets at each other. It was tough to see him die as well. Um, Again, I love Barry Pepper. He's got some great scenes. His Nothing's better than a sniper in any movie. Um, Loved every time he kissed his fucking, his cross. But as far as like a badass guy's guy, war guy, I have to go with Sergeant Horvat. I just love the way Tom Sizemore, rest in peace, played him. Nobody better for that role. And I don't know. Like I said, just played him like a true psychopath and just somebody who was just there to get in and get out, do his mission, and kill as many German soldiers as he can. And yeah, he was one of my favorite characters the entire movie. And back then, and even watching it now, there's so much more respect for him and how he portrayed that character.
He was giving me Hank Schrader vibes,
Yeah.
like a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why. But did you see that he was like in the middle of a huge drug problem when they were filming this movie? and Spielberg told him that I'm gonna blood test you every single day, and if you fail one test, I'll reshoot the whole fucking movie. I don't care.
Yeah, I
And
heard that. It's crazy.
And he ended up making it through. I didn't know he died.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
oh
yeah. He
wow.
had like a brain aneurysm, but he had like a big. He was like a big fucking drug addict guy. Obviously, just
Well,
recently, couple months ago.
rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the film, Spielberg was like, I'm gonna drug test you every day. If you fail, then you're out of the movie. And he
Yeah.
kept clean the whole movie, but then I guess allegedly fell back into it.
I also
And
heard that
God,
he like Spielberg drug tested him a bunch of times.
wait, did I repeat something that someone said?
Benny just said that like 2 seconds ago.
Oh shit! I was looking up Giovanni Ribisi. Oh fuck! Should we cut that out?
Keep it in,
No,
man.
leave
Keep
that
it
in.
in.
Keep it in. Well, anyway,
I thought Benny was
Giovanni
gonna say that because
Ribisi.
Benny was like, "Yeah, you know what? That I heard that too."
First time I heard that.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I wasn't paying attention. No, I was looking up Giovanni Ribisi. He is a Scientologist allegedly, but
We're done with
I
it.
was
Cut Benny's
thinking
out.
of
Yeah, I know.
Jason Schwartzman, not him, who's related to a bunch of people.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Isn't
Anyway,
it, his mom is Adrian.
yes,
Yes.
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh, Jason Schwartzman. Not
yes,
Ribisi.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, not Ribisi.
Talia Shire, right? Is that her name?
Yes, it is. So one thing I heard that was during filming, Steven Spielberg drug tested Tom Sizemore a bunch of times.
I heard that too.
You almost spit your water out. That would have been
Yeah.
good.
That's crazy. I didn't hear that. This is the first time I heard this.
Let me tell you a little something about Barry Pepper. He's in a movie called 61. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Wait, what's
Was he-
61?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I am gonna watch that with Aya because she hasn't seen it. I love
61?
61. Yeah.
That's a
It's
good one.
movie.
All right, Ani Menches. What we got? Give me an Ani Mensch.
Fucking everybody.
I know.
I mean, you guys mentioned Ribisi, Sizemore, of course. How could we forget Matt Damon? Ted Danson, like small part but amazing. Paul Giamatti, fucking everybody. Even like everyone in the main crew. Everybody's awesome. Upham is annoying, but the rest of them.
I can't believe you guys
A+.
thought he was annoying. That I don't know. I liked his character.
Yeah, I'm
Seems
smoking a
interesting.
cigarette like a fucking adult. All right. He's
He's
smoking a
good.
cigarette. He was smoking a cigarette like that dude that was smoking the joint in Chappelle's show. The real mad real world.
I love too that his last action was just popping a cap and Steamboat Willie. I mean, he knew at that point that that was the only thing to do, and he finally had the balls. Only dude with 100% kill rate, 1 bullet, 1 kill. So
True.
Guys like the Rambo of World War II.
Even though he could have did that 6 scenes prior, but he went by
True.
the rules of engagement.
Listen, no one's perfect.
You're right. But no, you killed the probably beloved fucking teacher in the Midwest.
Yeah. I know.
But it's okay.
Yeah. Also, Ed Burns, Adam Goldberg, both awesome. I love Mellish a lot. I don't know. Everyone in that almost everyone in the movie is amazing. I love them.
Yeah, it's quite a crew.
Yeah. Should we do favorite scenes?
Let's do it.
So should we just all say the beginning and move on?
I might have another one.
All right. Do you want to go first, Mr. I have another one?
No, I'll go last. I don't want to steal anybody's fucking pick.
Robbie, do you want to go first so no one steals your shit?
Yeah, sure.
Please.
My favorite scene, I mean, obviously Omaha Beach is the probably the best scene, best opening scene of all time, obviously. But I'm gonna have to go with the fight between what's his name? Tom Sizemore, Sergeant Horvat, and Ed Burns, Private Rabin.
Yeah.
I just love that scene because they're getting to a point where like, all right, what's all this for? I mean, they really didn't have to stop and and kind of take out that machine gun or whatnot, and eventually got
The radar.
Wade's got Wade killed, and then like they were kind of getting fed up with Captain Miller, but that's when you finally get like they're at each other's throats, ready to shoot each other, and they're freaking out and flipping out, and that's when you finally get Captain Miller's reveal of who he is. He's a teacher from the Midwest. He coaches baseball. Um, you know, talking about saving Private Ryan gets him back to his wife, and that's all he really matters. I don't know if he says it in this scene about every time he kills a man, he feels further away from home, which I thought was an amazing line by Tom Hanks and delivered only the way that the fucking Hank man can do it. But there's so many favorite scenes. Obviously, the opening scene, great. I don't want to be generic Johnny, but this this scene really tugged at my heartstrings because if you finally get to reveal the man behind who Captain Miller is, and everybody was trying to find out. There was side bets of who he was as a person, but he finally reveals himself, and after that happens, everybody finally gets on board, and then obviously the movie's been picking up, but the mission finally is at hand, and everybody's back to square one and all hunky dory. So that was my favorite scene in the entire movie.
Nice. I'm gonna go. I think like you said, let's not pick at least I'm not picking the opening scene, even though it is the best. I'm gonna go with the church scene. I love just them like kind of talking because there wasn't a lot of scenes like that where it was relaxed and like they were able to like let their guard down a little bit. And then you have that great story from Ribisi about his mom talking about Barry Pepper just being able to sleep like this. Love that. And you get more Hanks, you get him and Tom Sizemore talking. And did you guys know that Steven Spielberg drug tested him a few times, and if he got caught, he was fired?
Yeah, only once.
I
If you
read
caught
that.
him once.
Did you read that? Okay.
Yeah, he said he would reshoot the whole movie. He didn't care.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was a good little tidbit.
Good tidbit. Good piece of trivia.
Thanks for finding that, Ryan. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so church scene was my favorite.
My favorite scene was the scene in the first town that they go to where they meet Paul Giamatti. Just with how frantic it was, with like the kids screaming, the couple screaming. Obviously you got the goat, Barry Pepper, putting one right into the sight of the other guy, of the other sniper. So I just thought it was so tense. And even a lot of movies would have leaned on like that other sniper taking like multiple shots and like keep shooting, and there's one off the car, and there's one that just missed the girl, and the fact that you're just waiting for that next gunshot and it never comes until Private Jackson takes his shot. I just thought it was well done. I thought it was tense. And then obviously you get that first pass along of Vin Diesel's note that we mentioned a little bit earlier, and I just like that scene a lot.
Yeah. Also, I mean the scene, the whole last fight as an Ani Mensch, you get a lot. With Barry Pepper and the bell tower, that was fucking awesome. I mean, it's sad that it gets blown up, but I don't know. Any Ani Mentions from you, Robbie?
Yeah, I have to think about Ani Mensch. Will they meet? No. Oh God. Hello. The little girl scene with Vin Diesel. I just like that scene of just the sniper shooting. I thought that was great. Like Benny already mentioned, that's my Ani Mensch. And then see my man Gary Bertier make a fucking special guest appearance.
Yeah.
How we doing with the fucking
Strong
dad?
side.
That's it. I like that. Well, that was a good scene.
Jimmy Ryan? No, from Iowa.
Yeah, that was funny. That was one of the nice lighthearted moments of the movie.
And I love
lo-
like right after that scene when they're all going through the dog tags and Ribisi just walks over. He's like, "The fuck you doing?" Like everyone's watching, dickheads.
Yeah. Ani Mensch is the Tom. I almost said Tom Cruise. The Tom Hanks death scene, Captain Miller. Just the flailing his arm around and just bucking shots at the tank, and then that second where he shoots the gun and the tank blows up, and you're like, really? But then you see the plane, the planes, the planes come overhead. So was hoping against hope that he was going to make it out, but not too many people survive gunshot wounds to the chest. So sorry to see that, but just the fact that it ended up being Steamboat Willie being the one to pull the trigger on him. We've mentioned it, but just the whole entanglement of Steamboat Willie, Upham, and Captain Miller in that one scene, and just going back to the earlier scene at the radar site, just really good and really well done, and a cool way to end his story.
Agree. Should we do some least favorite scenes?
Yeah,
sure.
Please. Who? Robbie. Benny, you went last, so you go first.
Oof. This is hard. This is hard for me. Wow. I'm stalling for time here because I really don't have one. Give me. Let me pass. I don't have one off the top of my head, and I don't want to keep hemming and hawing here. Robbie, you want to save me?
That's fine.
Sure. I'm gonna go with my least favorite scene is when Wade dies. There's a lot of deaths in this movie that are troubling and emotional, but I mean just the way he died. I mean, the acting was so great in that scene.
Yeah.
Just him just going into shock and them giving him more morphine, kind of leading up to it. You don't know who it is. And then you see it's him, and then you see him shot multiple times in his chest, and he's got the exit wound, and it just calling for his mom. It's just so fucking such an emotional scene. Probably the biggest emotional death scene in the movie for me, just because how in shock he looks, and he's like crying that he doesn't want to die. Like I said, calling out to his mom. It's just so heartbreaking. And them just, drilling him with the morphine so he can just die with that, I don't want to say in peace, but in that as the least amount of pain as possible. Such a tough scene for me. So in a movie with so many, not want to say memorable deaths, but so many emotional deaths, this one really hit home for me. Just the way it was acted by Ribisi, and how he cared for everybody, being the actual medic and wanting to save everybody's life throughout the movie. It was just a tough scene to see him go, because he acted so well in that movie, and definitely one of my favorite characters if Benny didn't steal it. But other than that, yeah, that's my least favorite scene.
Good choice. I actually will go. I think you picked it as your favorite scene or one of your favorite scenes, but I actually not disliked, but I didn't think it was necessary to basically have that whole scene with the kid, with Vin Diesel, like getting him. I mean, I know the parts surrounding that piece were good and important to the plot, and, it's sad to see him go, but like with the letter and everything, like that was good. But I don't know, something about the family even just being involved just bothered me. I was like, what? There's no need for this. Like, it doesn't. I didn't feel like it added anything to the story.
So, what? She looks like my niece.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If only I had my car.
Yeah, I would have supered her right the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I would have fucking jumped over Hitler's fucking castle with my fucking Trans Am.
Family.
I mean, dude, if anything, he's very consistent. The man loves family.
That's true. You're right. Wow.
Well, Benny, like you said at your wedding, what'd you say at your wedding in the bathroom?
Well, I don't know what did I say.
You said it's like apple, it's like Olive Garden here. When you hear your fast.
Was not drunk at all that night.
No, that was a sober moment.
I'm an idiot because I do have a least favorite scene.
There you go.
It's fucking the Private Ryan fake out with my man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not a big Nathan Fillion guy.
God, I mean, I like him, but geez, come on, man. What was he, fresh out of acting school here? What is he doing? Guy's first day on the job. Yeah, no, I didn't know.
Fucking guy.
Ooh, they just let anybody walk in and act, huh? Yeah, no, that was it. That was my least favorite. I hated I hated that there was a fake out at all, to be honest with you. Like, just kind of felt a little unnecessary, but if he didn't deliver that line so poorly, then I probably wouldn't have had such a big beef with it. So let me just pile on while I can.
Fair. So moving on to making it better, Benny, would you make it better by recasting Nathan Fillion or retaking that scene?
3 options: retake it,
Yeah.
cut it, or
Yeah.
recast. Like,
Fair.
come on. We had three options there, bud. You could have put Steven Spielberg there, and he would have did a better. You could have put Quentin Tarantino there, and he would have did a better job.
Oh yeah, please give me
okay.
Okay.
I'm not James Francis Ryan. Okay.
From Minnesota. Okay. Yeah. No, I would definitely. You guys mentioned it a few times. Just cut it down, maybe 20, 30 minutes. But to me, I probably couldn't name 20, 30 minutes off the top of my head.
Right. Yeah.
To take out.
That's what I was thinking.
So I just prefer a little bit of shorter movie anyway. So that would have been my edit, but they don't pay me to make those decisions.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like that's how I would make it better. And it's same thing. Like I wish it was a little shorter, a little tighter, but like I can't really name many scenes where I'm like, all right, like let's go. There wasn't a lot of them because they were all interesting and affected the plot and like the storyline and everything. But there was basically between, maybe it's just because of how like the opening and closing of the movie were, where it was just like so much action that in the middle you were kind of like, especially on rewatch, you were like, all right, like let's get to that part. I don't know, because I liked a lot of the scenes. I just wish it was slightly tighter. That's all. Robbie?
Yeah, same. Trim a little bit of the fat from a couple of scenes. Like you said, I can't really go back and name which scenes I would cut, but yeah, I don't know if I'm in the majority or the minority where I think a movie should, if you're gonna make a movie long, I just say 2.5 hours max. Anything over 2.5 hours for me, and I'm hitting the fucking snooze button.
Maybe you could have cut out some old Matt Damon shuffling around.
Yeah, I mean that's what it would really have to be, right? Is like a minute here, a minute there, cut out, cut a conversation down a little bit. And,
yeah.
Because I enjoyed the church scene, but like,
yes,
could have been maybe 5 minutes shorter.
Yeah, there's some parts like that.
The scene with them fighting with the radar, like going after that, and Steamboat Willie, like there's definitely agree, like a minute here, a minute there, but hey, maybe they're already cut it down so much that they were like, no, we can't cut it anymore.
Yeah, it's like me trying to make a clip for Instagram. Yeah. I can't cut it anymore.
Well, plus remember, you said at the beginning that this was the last one done on film, so they were just like, fuck that, I'm not cutting any more shit.
3.5 hours, 4.5 hours, who gives a shit? I'm done.
Yeah. Fucking Spielberg.
Fucking Spielberg shooting all this film. Reels and reels of film.
This fucking cocksucker.
All right. Anything else you guys want to say about this, or should we play our favorite game?
Let's play the game.
Spin that fucking wheel. Let's go. So, America's new favorite game is Matt Damon. Who would you recast with Matt Damon? And funnily enough, this movie has Matt Damon in it. So,
Back to back.
back Jacks. Robbie, who? Because you had a dynamite answer last week. Dynamite. I'm still thinking about it. Who would you recast or cast with Matt Damon in this movie?
All right, here we go. Hear me out. Follow along. I'm gonna cast young Matt Damon as a young Joseph Goebbels. Now follow me along. Ready? Matt Damon seeking revenge after Private Miller. The movie doesn't end here. We got 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Private Miller dies. Matt Damon's fucking freaking. He's like,
Miller.
Captain Miller, I'm sorry. I have to earn this, he says to himself. So now he's walking around Normandy, and out of nowhere, at a baguette shop, is Goebbels. As Matt Damon, young Matt Damon as Goebbels, and he spots him and he goes, I'm gonna earn this for my man Miller. So he goes up from behind, as probably Goebbels' order, and probably just a plain baguette, no fucking condiments. And Private Ryan stabs Joseph Goebbels in the back. And Goebbels, as Matt Damon, turns around to look at Private Ryan as Matt Damon and says, you definitely earned this. End scene. Movie ends, and we win the war. We win the war. Fuck Oppenheimer. Fuck the atomic bomb. We win the war just because of that.
Wow. I mean, it's Oscar season, babe.
Please.
I teared up. I said I don't cry. I got some tears going right now.
A little dusty in the house.
Yeah.
How the fuck can we even follow that?
I don't know. Do you want me to try?
Please try.
All right. It's not as good. I can't, but I'm going to cast. I'm making the movie now in 2023, right?
Okay.
So this one's easy, right? I'm casting a young Matt Damon as old Matt Damon, and I'm making him up in prosthetics, and I'm making him look just like an old man, because we see how easy it is to just make him look a little bit older. And plus I got 3, 4, 5 more minutes with Damon on my screen. So that's all I need to do. And this movie would have went from a 9.5 to a 10.5. It would have went up that much if I just had young Matt Damon playing his older self. And we let this comment slip by earlier, but the change scene from when it morphs from young Matt Damon to whatever's who cares, I thought that was from Benjamin Button. I've seen that GIF online at some points, whether it was Reddit or just people sending it in text messages, and I was shocked to see it make an appearance in this movie. So I'm an idiot, but I do love me a young, strong, virile, ready to steal your girl, Matt Damon.
Yeah. Good choice.
Matt Damon has to see this one day.
Yeah.
He better.
Come on. He better see. We got to tag him in a Matt Damon segments. Maybe we should just maybe I'll work on cutting up just Matt Damon segments and just tag Matt Damon until I die.
Do it. Do it.
Matt, if you're listening, send us an email. LTBWpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and I hope your cock's working
Overtime. So I'm going to go ahead and cast a young, strapping, just like you said, Mr. Steal Your Girl, Matt Damon, in Nathan Fillion's role as Minnesota Ryan. And then when the crew sees the real Matt Damon, they're like going to say, wait, we saw you already. You're not the real Matt Damon. And then it turns into a different movie altogether, where they have to catch the imposter Matt Damon from Minnesota,
Nice.
and
It's the
then they figure out
Rhineverse.
that they're long lost twins. It's a wild ride.
Wow.
I love it.
I love that. I love that. And you're getting Nathan Fillion out of the movie.
Yep.
So I'm happy about that.
Yep.
You know, but then now now you're left with the conundrum of his brother is alive.
Right.
Do they stay and fight?
I don't know. Great question. I guess we'll have to find out in Saving
Oh,
Private Ryan too.
I have another recasting of Matt Damon if I can.
I mean,
Please.
I'll never stop you. Please go.
Give me a young Matt Damon, strong, lean, mean, dancing machine. Give me a young Matt Damon as that guy's arm that he's looking for on the beach in Normandy. Imagine that they find the arm and it's regenerated to be Matt Damon. And he just goes and just fucking takes the Nazis on and wins the war single-handedly. No pun intended.
What did that guy think he was going to do with the arm? Like this, someone was going to reattach it?
Maybe.
He was looking for a way to just reattach it like fucking a cyborg.
Single-handedly.
Bryan Cranston could have won that war single-handedly. I'll say that.
Looking like $1 million. Jesus.
I am the one who knocks.
I think so. Is that the reason? Is this movie the reason why he popped back up on Seinfeld with a buzzed head?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Because Watley had the locks, and then the next time he showed up, he was buzzed down pretty close. So
Watley.
He converted to Judaism strictly for the jokes.
Love Watley. Yeah, probably. Is there anything else that we need to say about this film?
Have we said it all?
I think maybe.
We've said it all.
I think so. Yeah, just an accurately filmed movie about terrible war, but it's a great film.
Agree. Hence the scores, all in the nines.
What'd you give it? 9.3?
2.
Oh, Jesus. Terrible.
I know.
Christmas. Yikes.
Come on. My scores. I'm sick of being attacked for my scores.
We've had a lot of double duties so far. 2 Spielbergs.
Yep.
2 John Williams scores. 2 Matt Damons.
Yep.
That's it.
Has it only been 2 Matt Damons? He hasn't popped up anything else?
Let me see. Well, we did cast him in every movie, so
maybe that's
technically
why
he was in all of them.
That's true.
No, he hasn't been in any of the other movies that we watched. But we talk about him constantly, and we're all horny for him. So I mean,
oh my God, please!
I can't believe Kenny's comment on the Instagram post.
That was upsetting.
Me either. I chose to ignore it because I would have fucking blasted him.
Completely uncalled for. I can't believe
and
it.
this is your movie guy? Come on. Your movie buff?
He might get a disinvite. I may go to his house, take the invite, and pull it back. I might have to do that.
That's it. I think that's a good idea.
I'll make him stand in line at the DMV as punishment.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him. You know what he's gonna have to do when he comes on the show? He's gonna have to recast everybody in whatever movie we're watching as Matt Damon and explain why and how.
I love it.
Well, all right. Is there anything else anyone has to say about anything in general?
Stay tuned.
Yes.
We have a nice little giveaway we're going to be doing. We will release some details as we get closer to the month of September. But listen, Robbie's warned you so many times to vote. So if you are not voting, you're going to be missing out. That's all I'm going to say.
It's true.
Here's the thing that fucking really chaps the old buns, okay? And I ain't talking about Cinnabons. The issue I have is spare me the bullshit excuses that, oh, I didn't vote because I don't know this movie. I never saw the movie. Just pick a fucking movie.
Yeah,
Pick a
watch
movie
it with
that,
us.
yeah, maybe you haven't seen it and you want to see it. Just pick it. I don't. Again, you're gonna give me a stroke because I don't understand the logic of watching of viewing something and not picking, not clicking. I don't care if you didn't see it or not. Just choose a movie you'd like to see out of the three, please. All the hard
Well,
work that he puts into it.
you're gonna be missing out if you don't start doing it soon. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's right.
Yes,
Good things are gonna pass you by.
That's right.
times are changing.
That's right. It's okay, Robbie. Better opening, Watchmen or Saving Private Ryan?
I have to go Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, me too. No, you reminded me with the song.
Yeah.
Times they are changing. All right.
Did we want to touch on the bear a little bit, or
I don't know.
we're
I mean,
running
it's up
late
to
here?
you guys.
Yeah, I think that would be nice, but it's up to you guys. It is a little fucking
Oh,
late.
hey, really quick. I did listen to your guys' episode, of course. Great analysis on UI from the three of you.
Thanks, man.
And if you haven't watched The Bear, I mean, what the fuck are you doing? It's a
Yeah,
great
it's so
show.
good.
Who liked of you? Which of you two? Because I liked season 2 better. What about you guys?
Agree.
Yeah, season 2 is my favorite season.
Yeah.
It
And
just
favorite
felt.
episode was Everyone Loved Forks the best.
Yeah, I thought one of us was gonna pick episode 6 just because of how much went into that episode. It felt like a couple of really long continuous shots, but I just that Richie redemption arc for me got me.
Yeah, I love a good character arc, especially somebody that's been beaten and where a lot of people don't look down upon him and don't think that somebody can do the job or isn't right for the job or isn't smart enough. And the character arc, Richie was awesome. Not a big T Swift guy, but I was fucking LOL and at the end when he got in the car and was singing Taylor Swift. So
Yeah.
yeah, I love that. That's my favorite episode. I do love the chaoticness of episode 6 and all the amazing guest appearances by Bob Odenkirk, John Mulaney. So that was great.
I think too it was more Richie's like one of those guys that there's probably a couple people there that are like, what the fuck are you doing here? And like you don't bring anything to the table. But for the most part, Carmi believes in him. And that episode to me was more about him believing in himself and like him finding something within him to put it forward. Because I think like maybe, you know, maybe some of the kitchen crew, obviously Sydney doesn't think he belongs, but there's a couple of people there that have been close to him for a while that believed in him. But it was nice to see him start to believe in himself.
Can fly.
Yeah.
Believes in himself.
Like,
Yeah,
what's like
go ahead, Rob.
Carmi's deal, man? What are we like what's his deal? He's just somebody that's just been so fucked up and all he really cares about and thinks that he doesn't need anybody in his life to if nobody's in his life, then he can be just the most optimal just chef, the best chef in the world. I don't know. He's pushing everybody away, and I feel like you see that a lot.
Yeah, that's what I like. So much of his trauma is unresolved. Like
Right.
he had issues with the mother and he just moved away. Mikey died and he never really, I don't think, wrestled with that. And I think he's got so many walls up around him that he thinks he doesn't deserve love, and he doesn't think he, like you said, he doesn't need anybody to make himself better. And just for him to go on that rant and have Claire hear it and then listen to that voicemail right after, I think kind of flipped a switch in his head to like, oh, I'm such a fucking idiot for putting these walls up around me. I'm really interested to see what he's going to be like next season, because he can either really go off the deep end or really start to try to figure out what the hell he's got going on in his head.
Yeah, I agree. And like even some of the stuff he was telling Ryan, like they just allowed what's his name back into the restaurant after he just missed every chef cooking class in the country. He just come
Yeah.
back and what else did I What was her name? Was it Sydney?
What?
Is that the chef? What was her name again? I keep on forgetting.
Sydney. Yeah,
Sydney.
Sydney.
Yeah, she kind of annoyed me this season. I don't know why. I don't know what her deal was. I didn't get the whole Coach K book thing. Um, I don't know. She was like jealous that Carmi was spending more time with the girlfriend in this season. I don't know. Maybe she was just overwhelmed, and obviously there's a lot of pressure to open up on time and create a like a different kind of unique menu. So maybe I'm looking into it too much and not realizing what she was going through.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of jealousy and also the fact like she's the one there 18 hours a day and it's like Carmi's ass is on the line. Like it doesn't affect her if the restaurant doesn't open up. Like Carmi's gonna have to give up the restaurant. He's gonna have nothing left. And she's probably like, well, what the fuck am I busting my ass for if this guy's whole life is on the line here and he can't even be bothered to show up sometimes?
Yeah, but I think if she fails, it almost seems like that's it. Like she's gonna be done with cooking, with being a
Yeah,
chef.
true.
So
True.
maybe she feels a lot of anxiety and pressure. I mean, from her dad and from all, everybody, like seems like she, everyone kind of, there was almost like people were like trying to like almost put that thought in her head, like that Carmi's not someone to be a partner with, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? To try and like, I mean, and they were, I think, looking out for her because they don't know Carmi, but like, that thought probably creeped in. And like you said, like he's not showing up sometimes. He's distracted by the girlfriend. I mean, we'd all be distracted by that girlfriend. With that, what was the plum rating on that butt, Robbie?
Oh, it was a tush meter.
Oh, the tashometer?
Yeah, the tushometer. I think I gave her after some, analyzation, going back watching some more film, checking out the angles, checking out the plump meter, seeing what the rotunda was like. I went back and I gave her like a 9.2 on a tush. That was a fantastic tush.
Yeah, agree.
Hard to argue.
I know
I
you
mean,
guys are
you're the,
married and stuff, but
as our resident tush expert, I'm going to take everything you say as Bible because
That's right.
if I know a lot of people, I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
And if someone came to me and said, listen, I got a gun to my head. Someone needs a rating on a tush and I have to give the right answer. The first person I'm telling them to call is you.
100%.
Thank you. I appreciate that, but then both of you, because they usually call me John Tush from where I'm from. So, and I usually call myself up and I say, this is a message from me about to me about the tush meter. And it goes a little something like this. Tushy, 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 tush.
The tushometer has not been wrong in a long, long time.
Oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Means a lot. It really does. And I'm not even lying to you. I'm not even joking. I know my tushes.
Yeah.
Do
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just a quick shout out. We talked about forks in the episode 6 with the family, but I also want to shout out the episode when they're in Copenhagen. Loved that episode a lot.
Awesome.
With Marcus and just I love this season that they took time to individually focus on a lot of everyone in the kitchen. I loved learning, more as much as like I want to know about what Carmi's up to and Richie and Sydney and whatever. I loved seeing just individual episodes with Tina and Marcus and everyone. It was great.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
agree.
All the characters got fleshed out.
Yeah, a little bit of shine.
Do you think we is that the last we see of Claire?
No.
You think she's back next season?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I saw her starting to pop up in some movie posters. So to me, I'm almost wondering if like she was like a one and done type character.
Maybe if she's a little too famous.
Yeah, like that, that might be it for her.
Maybe. I guess, I mean, I could definitely see them going that route with like, so then Carmi like feels like he fucked up and he's like a piece of shit and will be, regretting that for the whole season. Maybe she pops up at the end and like she's not in the whole season or something. I don't know. They could take it a number of ways, but I thought that their fight was stupid at the end. Like it wasn't. I felt like what he said wasn't that bad.
It wasn't terrible, but to know, I think in her mind, he heard that voicemail already, and like, she said all that nice stuff to him, and then at the end of the day, basically, he's like, "You're not good for me just because I can't be distracted."
Right.
And it's hard to hear that, especially after he wasn't perfect with her, even from the beginning. Gave her the wrong phone number.
Yeah.
Wouldn't commit to her when she wanted to like figure out what they were. So it could have been the last straw in her mind.
Could have been. I don't know. I mean, I think it's not. They could easily reconcile after what he said. But I could also, I guess, see the show going in the direction of like she's gone. She doesn't have time for his bullshit.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like you said on the show, I need this strike to end. I hope what Steve said is correct. That'd be fantastic. But I can't wait 2-3 years for season 3 of The Bear.
Yeah, it's you got to strike while the iron is hot. With some of these shows, like like I think about Arrested Development, like how long I wanted a 4th season, and then when I finally got it, like I didn't really care that much anymore, and all that momentum was gone from them as writers and stuff like that. And was it good? Yeah, it was all right, but like it never matched the quality of the first 3 seasons because there's such a long layoff. I don't think there's going to be that long of a layoff between season 2 and 3 of The Bear, but the sooner they start shooting again, the better.
Yeah, it has to be doing huge numbers. I have to assume.
Yeah.
But
with that said, we all, I'm sure, stand with the writers and the
actors. Oh, of course.
So
Union strong, baby.
Yeah, we only want 100%. Them to come back if they get the right deal. So
yeah, because we can just watch old movies, and you can too with Let the Boys Watch. So should we wrap it up from there? I guess.
Any last thoughts, Rob?
No, I love The Bear. Gonna try and give Eastbound and Down a shout soon. So
oh, have you ever watched it?
No, Brian's been telling me to watch it, so I need something. But
good.
other than that,
you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
And also, I said it on our show, Warrior. Try that out.
Right.
Yeah. On HBO.
Like I said, I'll probably try Warrior out. I'll probably try Eastbound and Down out, and then I'll just fucking watch planes taking off from Heathrow and hitting your sand bunkers a little higher out of the bunker.
Love it. All right. I guess that's it. Again, thank you for listening to our nonsense. I hope you enjoyed our tidbits, especially the one about Tom Sizemore and his drug test. But email us, ltbwpodcast@gmail.com. Like Benny said, look out for a cool little contest we'll be doing. And follow us on Instagram, rate, review, whatever. Thank you. Robbie, tell him good night.
Good night, Captain Miller. But before I go, did you know that Steven Spielberg drug tested Tom Sizemore every day on the set? And if Tom Sizemore failed a drug test, Spielberg would have recasted the movie without him.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Good night, Goebbels. When you feel that knife going into your back, just know it's a young, virile, at the top of his game, Boston accent having Matt Damon.
Jimmy Ryan?
Goebbels, you cocksucker.
I'll investigate anyone I want, you cocksucker.
The world needs plenty of bartenders, Goebbels.
2 weeks with pay.